What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. We've been checking out LMGs a lot recently, and today is no different. I've been taking a bit of flack in the comments after testing out the new reliable that I used a strikers build for it, and it's give and take, right? It's obvious that we're going to use a strikers build. It's quite simply the most DPS in the game, but fair play to everybody. They want to see something a little bit different, and the new reliables talent does link with another gear set that we have in the game, and I thought, do you know what, this is kind of a perfect opportunity to try it out on a different build. So just before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you want a chance at winning the deluxe edition of Skull and Bones for Uplay. I will pick one person from the comments if this video or one of my other recent videos hits 500 likes, so be sure you're commenting on all the videos for the chance for it to be you. Let's get right started. Right, so we're on heroic. We've got a few directives on and stuff and things like that. Let's pick something to do on the map. All right, so there's a lot of stuff down here. Let's go back down here. This is my haunt anyway. I always run missions and stuff and things like that, so we'll just make this a little bit different today. We'll see what open world brings, because the range on this thing should be incredible. The reload speed should be kind of incredible. This is a great setting actually here, because they can kind of spawn from anywhere, I think. So we'll be able to kind of see how it feels. We're running the new reliable again. Oh, that public execution now is probably going to die. We're going to push for this here now and just kind of see how it plays out. So far, so good.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Where am I getting additionals from? Is that these guys? Are they running it all the way around? Is that the public execution? Oh, hi friend. You can see there we're only at half stacks and we're hitting for almost 1 million really quickly. This is not a good place to be. The damage is really good.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Oh, right next to us.
System disrupted.
Be careful a little bit. We're a bit close.
System reactivated.
And we'll try it out on the mini tank as well, because we should try as much as we possibly can. This guy's sat in cover and the accuracy on it is going to let us just chip away at him. Captain America here, he can do this all day. We are really getting... Can't shoot through that wall, that's a shame. So we are really getting up in the damage here. And the reason I'm paying special attention to that is because with the strikers build we put out the other day, you know, we were getting close to 1.5 million. This grenade's going to ruin my life. I knew it. So, but we'll try and ignore that event over there. Chug. You know, and what you got to think about is they had extra life because of the directives that we had on as well. So we weren't just chugging the elite down though. He had the whole extra green bar to chug down as well, and it was pretty easy and pretty good to do. Up close and personal is great. At range is great. Yeah, really pretty sweet. Right, let's destroy that snow job mask. Everyone likes a snow job mask. And go to the base of operations, and we'll just go over the build. So obviously you're going to want to select gunner. Gunner survivability is brilliant. The increased RPM on kill, the ammo if you're going to run directives and things like that, it's a no-brainer. So make sure you've got LMG damage selected, and that's great. So you can see here I was running the new reliable. You can see on this build it's at 180k. Look at the custom L86, which is also a great gun you could run perhaps with fast hands. It's a, in fact, I did have it over 200k at one point, but the build wasn't as good as what I've got it at now. But the damage is huge, absolutely huge. The iron lung here, 157k, and all numbers aren't everything, but this is great. To see 200k on that custom L86 was like, wow, that is some big damage. But we went with the new reliable, and the reason we went with the new reliable is because we get 30% weapon handling in the bottom talent. I rolled on critical hit chance as well. We're not using strikers. If we were using strikers, maybe Race of Fire would be better suited, but we're not, so we went with critical hit chance. So offhand though, you could run whatever you want. I would probably run my Scorpio as my get out of jail free card rather than these other LMGs, but totally up to you. You can kind of mix and match a little bit as well. So let's have a look down here. So let's get rid of that snow job mask. So we're going to run Heartbreaker. Shock the strikers alternative, but actually it made a lot of sense if we were looking at the new reliable to check out some Heartbreaker. And I did kind of check out different variations using the Ninja Bike backpack and things like that, but this is the one that I kind of settled on that felt the most versatile and, you know, just kind of did the most damage still without it being strikers. So we've got Heartbreaker. We're getting 15% LMG damage from it. Great. And then we're getting a further 15% weapon handling. So not only is that making this more like a laser beam, that, as you could see, it was really, really easy to control. It's also putting our reload speed all the way to 2.1 seconds, which is AR territory. So that's crazy. That's definitely not LMG territory. So that's really, really nice. And then we've got Heartstopper. So just remember though, with Heartstopper, you've got to shoot them in the head. We've got a big magazine, so it's easy to get one bullet in the head, but you've got to get that headshot in for this to start to proc. So then weapons hits on pulsed enemies add a stack of 1% bonus armor and 1% weapon damage to pulsed enemies from stack of 50 at the top, and then 2's lost each second. We've got weapon damage, crit damage, crit damage. Now I did consider running the chest piece, but between this chest piece and the Heartbreaker chest piece, yes, Heartbreaker did come out on top, but only when I got to like 85 to 90 stacks. So I much prefer having the instant quicker damage with Obliterate and this high end piece over having to kind of be dependent on getting up to 80 plus stacks to be able to beat it out. It just feels more consistent. It just feels like I do more damage way quickly off the bat. So that's the reason I'm not running the Heartbreaker chest. So then for the gloves, we've got weapon damage and critical hit chance. For the knees, weapon damage and critical hit chance. And for the holster, weapon damage and critical hit damage. So that's great. That's nice and bonny. We wouldn't run the backpack. The backpack just gives more bonus armor. And I really wanted to spec into just a little bit more damage. If I was going to do anything a little bit weird and wonderful, I would probably spec in my Liquid Engineer like I like to do on a lot of builds, and take Bloodsucker, and that way then you're constantly getting some armor as well, along with the armor on kill from Gunner. But that's just something to think about. This is where I landed with this one. More of a damage deeps build. So then we're going to look at the chest piece. Really easy to get. You just need a Petrov defense group chest piece. Crit chance, crit damage, and Obliterate in the bottom slot. We also get an extra 10% LMG damage here from this as well, which is really, really nice. This also worked out a better combination than trying to run Contractor's gloves and Heartbreaker chest, although that again did come out very slightly on top. We still had to wait till we got to 80 plus stacks for it to pay off. Group O backpack, critical hit damage, weapon damage, crit chance, and critical hit damage with unstoppable force. Because we're using an LMG and we don't have our shield out, it doesn't make much sense to run vigilance. Because although vigilance is great, it's instant damage. We got an LMG with no shield. The minute we get hit, it's going to be down, and it will probably be down a lot of the time. So it makes much more sense to run unstoppable force with this. Killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. So it will take you a little bit of time to get going, but once you get going, you're absolutely going to be rocking it. Skills wise, whatever you want, I just went with the Banshee Pulse and a Revive Hive. Revive Hive just for me extra life, especially the fact that we are running no blues here. But some Heartbreaker pieces do come native as blues, so if you did want to keep a couple of blues into this, it's going to be very easy to farm this and very easy to get as many blues in it as you want. It's probably more difficult to set up how I have here, all red. So if you do like a couple of blues in there for a little bit of survivability, yes, you'll lose a little bit of damage, but it won't be too much. You can see I was hitting, 1.5 mil on some of them headshots. You'll probably drop down to, 1.2 or something like that. It's not the end of the world. As long as you're not suffering too much from the suppression mechanic, you'll still have a great time. So then when we look at the stats, you can see we've got here that huge 180% weapon damage, 58.5 crit chance, and 144% critical hit damage, 85% headshot damage as well. And that's it for the build. It was just really, really good to put this together. It was nice to crack Heartbreaker out again. And I might crack the Ninja Bite backpack out and try a few different variations. But this was definitely the one that I landed on that was really nice. And when I did see, this at 200k with a slight variation, I was like, holy moly, these are going to do a lot of damage. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it not being a Strikers build. If you did, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And you also get a chance to win Skull and Bones. If you need a community Discord with friendly Division people who just want to help and just have fun playing the game, you'll find my link down below in the description. And with all that said, enjoy the rest of your day, agents. Goodbye.